Slamdown Podcast is sponsored by Body Slam and Jam, the wrestling game YouTuber. To see his videos on YouTube, search YouTube Body Slam, capital N and Jam, or to follow him by Twitter, it is at Body Slam, capital N, Jam. Welcome to another episode of Slamdown live stream. I know earlier on the last show I said Slamdown podcast. Sorry about that. It was habit. Now, on this show, we're going to be covering everything about the Table, Ladders and Chairs, which is the pay-per-view for SmackDown. Now, normally I'm a bit critical on the pay-per-views recently, but for me, this one was brilliant. Except for one match, the rest was brilliant. It shows, to me at the moment, that SmackDown seems to be putting on the better pay-per-views, the better quality, the better matchups, which is weird to me because on paper, Raw has a better roster, but I don't know if it's because they've got the 3 hours or bad curate. I can't put my finger on it. But SmackDown seems to be better, miles ahead of Raw. The ratings are starting to swing a lot more to SmackDown now than Raw. I'm still very confused why they would, after SmackDown, have 205, then Talking Smack. To me, if you want to do a Cruiserweight show, do it not when SmackDown's on. Because it's just like, yeah, SmackDown. And then, Cruiserweights. Because they're using the same arena, the same staging as SmackDown. And it's a bit like, well, why not just move the Cruiserweights to SmackDown? It makes more logical sense. But it's the WWE for you. You know, they don't always make great logical sense, you know. But, yeah. But for me, like I just said, TLC was amazing. They did have one pre-show match, which was Apollo Crews, American Alpha, and the Hype Bros against Kurt Hawkins, the Vard Villains, and the Ascension. Now, to me, I'm not buying into Kurt Hawkins. He's there, then he's not there. It's just like it's the same with Apollo Crews, though. They just don't know what to do with him. I'd love to see Apollo Crews go up against The Miz and beat The Miz. I think he's a phenomenal athlete, but they're having a little bit of problem like Raw does. You know, it's just Apollo Crews, and it's like the Five Villains. They were a good tag team, and now they just seem to be jobbing like the Ascension. It's just like, okay, you built this team up, and now you've pushed them right down. It doesn't make sense to me. But in the end of that match, we saw the Apollo Crews, American Alpha, and the Hype Bros get the win, which, you know, on paper you'd know anyway, because the way the Von Villains and the Ascension are treated at the minute, you knew it was going to be the faces were going to win. But then kicking off TLC, we had Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt, the Wyatt family, taking on SmackDown's Tag Team Champions, Heath Slater and Rhino. Now, I love Heath Slater and Rhino, but, you know, they went in the right direction. You know, Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt had to get the victory. Lou Harper was there as well, because he actually took a gore from Rhino. And the thing that worried me with having a team like Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, I thought they were going to bury Heath Slater and Rhino a little bit, but they didn't. They gave Heath Slater and Rhino their proper due and actually made it quite an even match. Brilliant match. It's, you know, if I had to promote any pay-per-view, it'd be TLC at the minute, and I'll highly recommend people go back and watch all of it. It's brilliant. And it's rare for me to say something's brilliant. So, you know, but out of a star rating for me, that has got to be a 4 out of 5 stars. It was a brilliant match. We had Nikki Bella taking on Carmella in a no DQ match. Now, it was average at best, to be honest. I think Nikki Bella should retire, like same with her sister. It's what I've always said. But Carmella did really well in this match. It was a good match. It was, you know, I don't really go in deep with matches because I don't want to spoil it for people that haven't seen it. But Nikki Bella got the win over Carmel. But for me, what interested me was the end of the match where Carmel said, "It wasn't me that attacked you at Survivor Series," and said, "I know who did," and so basically saying it was Natalya, which would make sense because Natalya was captain. You know, she always wanted to be in that match but couldn't. So to take out Nikki Bella and then be there and go, "I can do it," it makes sense. You know. We all know it's her. But will Nikki believe it? We'll have to wait and see. Then we had... I can't believe I've got to say this. Once again, we had The Miz against Dolph Ziggler. Now, they said this is going to be the final of their feud. I bloody hope so, because their feud is boring me. It was for the Intercontinental Championship. It was a brilliant match. I know seeing these two face off getting boring, but it had a lot of high spots, a lot of action. The way it played out was brilliant. You did see Miz sort of hitting a low blow to win, but it was brilliant. The Miz has really stepped up, not just as a character, but the way he holds his promos as well, especially with what we've seen on Talking Smack. I've always been hit and miss with the Miz, but it was only recently that I'm starting to like the Miz. I don't want to admit that I starting to like the Miz, but I am starting to like his character. After that, we had Baron Corbin taking on Kalisto in a chairs match. I thought a chairs match would get boring. I thought it was going to be the same sort of way that the WWE waters down PG. But I was pleasantly surprised. You know, we saw Kalisto getting slammed on chairs, the chairs standing up all in a row, getting slammed down. Oh, it was amazing for me. I forgot. Before I continue with that match, the Nikki Bella match is 2.5 stars. The Miz and Dolph Ziggler, a good match, but seen it too many times, 3 stars. Baron Corbin and Kalisto, it was... And Kalisto actually gave it to Baron Corbin, and the way they used him made him look like size doesn't matter, but it's about his heart, and the way he was attacked, it was believable. It wasn't like a little guy beating up a massive guy and going, yeah, right, like that would happen in real life. But the way it was done was like, shit, yeah, that could happen in real life. If you get what I mean. It was portrayed and done fantastically. Barry Corbin did get the victory in the end, but like I said, it was a brilliant match. Do you know what? I could watch TLC again. After that, we had Alexa Bliss taking on Women's Champion Becky Lynch. Now, I like the Alexa Bliss character. Like everything about it. Something different. The table match could have been better. You know, they could have given us a bit more action. It did make Becky Lynch look a little bit weak. Not a lot, just a little bit. But it ended up Alexa Bliss getting the powerbomb off the apron, putting Becky through a table, and meaning Alexa Bliss is the new women's champion. I think it was the right move to make Alexa Bliss champion. Her chemistry and everything was brilliant. I think wish people would stop bloody going on about when she was on Talking Smack, she dropped character for 2 seconds. People annoy me. Anyway, it was a good match. If I had to give it a star rating, it would be 3.5. It would have been a 4-star match if there was more to it. I wanted more action. I wanted Alexa Bliss to really give it to Becky. You know, I would rather have seen Alexa Bliss, Becky near enough out, putting Becky on the table and then hitting her finisher from the top rope, landing on top of Becky, putting her through a table. I'd have liked to have seen it go that way. But this way, it just seemed like Alexa Bliss got lucky, and I don't think that was the right way to go with that. Next, we had WWE World Champion AJ Styles taking on Dean Ambrose in the tables and ladders and chair match. As you can see, yes, I am an AJ fan. I think this was done brilliantly again. But ever since AJ Styles has been in WWE, he is put on top of the range matches, and you know, we know he's capable of putting those kind of matches on. We've seen it when he was in TNA. We've seen it when he was in New Japan. He is a phenomenal athlete, and for his age, he's doing it fantastically. You know, it's brilliant to see. You know, looking back at AJ's career, it's hard to pinpoint many bad matches he's had. He might have had a stupid gimmick in TNA when he was coming down in Ric Flair's robe, but forgetting all that, just concentrating on his matches have been amazing. You know, for him against John Cena, him against Chris Jericho, him against Dean Ambrose, they have been brilliant matches. And the way they're ending this feud, because I've already got an idea what's happening next on SmackDown, and I'll explain this just after I've just finished covering TLC. The way it was done was brilliant. It was, you know, they didn't make either one look weak. I would rather it been a clean-cut finish than have James Ellsworth interfere and push the ladder off when Dean was on it. Now, I think on SmackDown they're going to go, he's going to set Ambrose, but I know I can beat AJ Styles. I can't beat you, Dean. And I think that's how they're going to play it off. That's all I can think of, the way they're going to do that. Right. The reason I think it's going to be the end of the feud with AJ, because it's got to be now, or otherwise you're going to be hitting the Miz and Dolph Ziggler scenario where it's just repeat, boring. I think Samoa Joe's coming to SmackDown because he lost at a live event. He lost the NXT title. Same what they did with Finn Balor. And I think Samoa Joe's coming to SmackDown because normally after a pay-per-view we normally see someone new come in. We've seen that for quite a while. I know it's stopped, but I can see it's Samoa Joe coming in. But not just coming in, going for AJ Styles, which would be amazing. You think about the matches these two have had together, you know, it will blow everything out of the water, and I really hope that it's right and Samoa Joe stepping to SmackDown to take on AJ. Another little thing I want to cover is bloody rumours. There's been a rumour flying around by... I can't call him a novice news reporter. I can call him a fake news reporter. Fake news, yeah, that works. Basically saying about that Maro was not going to be announced on SmackDown anymore, which Maro has quickly shut down and just made like this news reporter just like he's an arsehole coming up with fake shit, basically. There's nothing more that I can say than that. You know, I can never really get my head around why news reporters report the fake stuff and try and make it look real. Just I don't understand why do that. You know, you're going to get proven that you're lying, so why do it in the first place? But yeah, on that main event, I've got to give it 5 out of 5 stars. I think it was the best match of the night. Really done well, even with the wardrobe malfunction on AJ Styles. For people that didn't notice, I'm surprised you didn't notice the big tear in his trousers at the back where you can see his arse. You know, that wasn't a little one, it was a biggie. But yeah, I think that's it for everything TLC. We are going to be on again tomorrow talking about Raw. But I can't think if there's anything else, no. So, right, you can follow us at Slamdown Live, or if you want to check out the website, which is SmackDown. Just done a novice mistake. If you want to check out the website, it's slamdown.co.uk. Don't forget, we want to hear your views and what you thought about TLC. And we'll be back again tomorrow with Raw review.